Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
And tipped up in the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final, your kickoff to yet another gloriously busy and fantastically fun and fun-packed weekend of local sports, which just turned crazy. You want football, we got football tonight. We start you off with a big showdown between brothers-in-law at Mount Sterling. It was Tom Little versus Alex Ebbing tonight. West Central and Brown County turned out to be a largely defensive affair in the first half of this one. Great defense on both sides. Kobe Hoover, great stop. He plays quarterback, plays some linebacker as well. At the other side, Brown County's defense dominating on the inside. Nolan Clark keeping this thing, for the large part, a shutout in the early going. Klinging, Beheimer, both playing really well off the defensive end as well for Brown County early in this game. Scoreless until the final minute of the first half. That is when Mr. Fry's pass is picked off by Caleb Vandevelde. Mr. Vandevelde with a nice pick right there, and that gives West Central control of the ball going late into the first half. Kobe Hoover up top to Colton Ferdyhoff, who comes off all the way down to the 1 yard line. They denied him the touchdown, but only for a play. 30 seconds left in the first half. This is Mr. Hoover in for the first of 2 touchdowns of the night, as it would be West Central building a 14-0 lead. We had a lengthy rain delay in that game and many more games tonight. Currently, the score as we speak, 14-8 with about 3 minutes left. West Central leading. Brown County had the ball at last check. We'll update you with a final if we get one before the end of our show. Meanwhile, our congratulations tonight to Miss Charlotte Green, who is the winner of the Subway gift card, caller number 7 on Thursday. Tune in coming up this Thursday for your chance to win. Give you a big hint on Game of the Week. Probably going to be Camp Point Central versus Illini West. That's about as big a hint as I can give you. Highlights as well. We had them from Quincy High. There just weren't any of them tonight as they took on Peoria and Notre Dame, and Peoria and Notre Dame jumped out to a 49-0 lead. All they gave us from Peoria tonight were 2 Blue Devil interceptions. We figured you didn't want to see that. Currently, late in this ball game, it is Peoria and Notre Dame about to finish off the Blue Devils in an ugly affair as Quincy High is about to fall to 1-1 on the season. 49-16 is your final there. Late starts and rain, the story everywhere else. Jacksonville and Southeast got started, I should say, never got done. They're going to play a makeup game coming up tomorrow afternoon. I believe the makeup is scheduled tomorrow for 2 o'clock in that one. Quincy Notre Dame and Alton Marquette have been waiting out the weather on numerous different occasions. They have started back up now at last check. I believe this game was in the second quarter. QD was leading Alton Marquette 14-7. Again, we'll update you with a final if we get one before the end of the show. Let's do some more from the West Central Conference tonight. West Hancock 1-0 on the season and looking for more, taking on Scotland County. Cross River battle. How about this? Cook, as Chance Cooper catches the great pass right here from Cole Fox. And that, my friends, is a quick touchdown for the Titans. 2-point conversion would fail. 6-0 Titans at that point. Scotland County, though, coming back later in the first half in this game. It would be the Aaron Buford show. First off the option, as Jade Holt will find him. Nice little running package right here to pick up the first down as you see Mr. Buford get to the boundary and pick up the necessary yardage at that point. Then Jade Holt goes to the air, finds Mr. Buford, who goes in to give Scotland County a 7-6 lead. The game would stay that way mostly into the late second half, but the Titans do it again. They're 2-0. They find a way to score late and win this game 12-7. So West Hancock, maybe your most surprising 2-0 team in Illinois at this point, but they get it done. Again, Travis Cook's crew with a big win today. Coming up tomorrow in the West Central Conference, pair of games for you that we'll have highlights of on overtime. Illini West hosts Moweek West Central A&M. That means a return to town of Nate Graham, the former Jacksonville route coach, now coaching Central A&M. And Macomb is on the road at Monticello. We'll have highlights of that game for you come up as well tomorrow. More from Illinois now. Beardstown Rushville, the rivalry game. Early on, Beardstown trying to pull off the surprise in this one. Right here, it is Gustav Vermillion. Gus doing the work right there. What a great run from the quarterback. He's a tough, strong man, leaving sawed in opponents' helmets in this ball game. More from Vermillion right here, the 1-yard plunge. He's going to get absolutely decked in this one. Actually would leave the game at that point with what appears to be concussion-like syndromes, or symptoms, I should say, not syndromes. Rushville Industries are going to answer right back. You know this kid, Colton Boyd. So good last week, big again in this one, which puts up the game tire. Made it 6-6 at that point. This thing was delayed for about an hour. We have restarted at last check. Rushville Industry was leading 22-8 at last check. Again, that game has not yet gone final, but the Brown County game with West Central has. Actually, the Rushville game has gone final. It's 29-6. Rushville Industry over Beardstown, and West Central beats Brown County 20-16. And an upset is Alex Ebbing's crew goes to 2-0, and he wins the brother-in-law battle. More scores to pass along now. Camp Point Central and Calhoun never got started. They will kick off at noon tomorrow down in Hardin County. We'll have highlights of the game coming up for you tomorrow night on Overtime. Also, no word on the status of the United Bushnell West Prairie game, as that game was delayed again by weather, with United up 14-0 at last check. If they restart, we'll let you know. Pittsfield got started, took a lead on North Mac at 7-0 on a long Quinn Leahy pass at that point. However, that game has been delayed, will be restarted tomorrow at 4 o'clock from that very point, with Pittsfield, the Saukeys, leading 7-0. And at last check, Greenfield Northwestern was up huge on Unity Payson. No final on that one yet. And now we turn to our man, Mr. Will Wilson. Will, take it away, buddy.
Well, things were not very pretty for the Hannibal Pirates Saturday night at Atkins Stadium, but they rarely are for anyone who's playing Jeff City. Elias, tonight, a chance to bounce back for Mark St. Clair's crew, and they did that tonight. Pirates getting back home after the last 2 weeks on the road. This one started off well for Hannibal. Sophomore Shamar Griffith had 2 big runs in the first quarter, this one being one of them, as he takes that one down the right field sideline, cuts it back into the middle. He's down just inside the 10-yard line, putting Hannibal in business. Austin Kirby's going to find Devin Thomas for the touchdown as Thomas gets his hands on that one. He had a nice leaping grab earlier in this game, too. Pirates up 7-0 at that point. Black and red playing some D as well. Austin Luton sniffs out the pitch. He's going to deliver a nice shot right there for a loss. We'd head to the second quarter. Wyatt King toting the rock off the draw right here. He's going to take that one left, cut this one up into the end zone of pay dirt. Hannibal's going to go on and roll in this one, and roll big. 48-0. Good game at South Shelby between the Cardinals and Monroe City. South Shelby opened up with a big pass from Chase Moore to Josh Ridgely. He's going to break loose right here after he snags this one down the sideline. Watch his hard work right here. Gets by a bunch of Monroe City defenders. Gets tackled just inside the 15-yard line. That's going to set up Mr. Brett Threckold on the keeper. 15 yards to pay dirt. You're going to see Mr. Threckold high stepping it on into the end zone. 7-0 Cardinal lead at that point. South Shelby, they would go up 9-0 shortly after that on a high snap. That one's going to go out of the end zone for a safety. And then the second quarter, here comes Trace Windsor, who after last week we thought he'd be out for some time. He's a football player. He's back this week, giving South Shelby a 15-0 lead. Up the gut, the downpour came, and Monroe City's quarterback, Brandon Delvin, let it rain with that 40-yard bomb to Taryn Ritter, who almost breaks free right there, trying to get into the end zone. Logan Minner, he's going to seal the deal on this drive, puts the Panthers on the board, but it'll be South Shelby getting the last laugh tonight as they go on and win 34-20.
How about Palmyra taking on Highland? All Palmyra all the time in this one, as the Panthers too much for Highland. Already up big in this ball game, 29-0 when the rain delays came. Ben Sheffy to the air, hooks up with Skylar Klein. Great catch. Great pickup, but Mr. Klein is not done yet. Little jet sweep action for the score right here, as Palmyra is going to run away with this thing. Mr. Klein in for the score. Outstanding high jumper, pretty darn good football player as well. 50-0 your final in that ball game. Elsewhere on the docket tonight, score-wise, upset city. Clark County beats Macon 18-15. Brendan Watts out for the season, though, for the Tigers, and that is going to hurt them the rest of the way. Also, Louisiana was trailing big going into the second half, 42-0 at Centralia. How about Mark Twain taking on undefeated Van Far? Tell you what, Mark Twain has got it going behind this guy. Tyler Elledge, 4 touchdowns last week, reigning KHQA Player of the Week. He's going to show out right here. Then it's going to be Big Trey Art, pounding people right here, pulling a pile of Van Far guys with him. Sets up Tyler Elledge for touchdown number 1. Tell you what, Van Far tried to answer some spectacular stuff from Lucas Robinson. Going to the air, and check out Nick Barnes. Shades of David Tyree with this catch, except he didn't pin it to his helmet. Still great stuff. Unfortunately for Van Far, that drive would stall. Good stuff there. Here comes Tyler Elledge again, a man among boys. Super fast, super big, super well blocked for, and running through everyone. He had 2 more touchdowns in this one before we left. Big time win for Mark Twain tonight over Van Far, 50-0. Mark Twain is the deal, my friends. Also, Clopton Ellsbury, undefeated coming into the night, ran into a buzzsaw in South Callaway, 53-14 your final there. Will,
Paris, North Shelby in this one. Paris did not take long before they met their pain felt right here. Paris going to start the first drive on the ground. Slater Stone, love this name right here. He busts that one down the sidelines. They keep it going from there. Tucker Gruber knocks out a few more yards to keep the drive alive. And then Slater Stone, he's going to finish off what he started with a 3-yard touchdown. Paris is going to go on. They're going to win this one, and they're going to win this one big.
Maybe your player of the week this week, Brody Mowbray out of Knox County. 300 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, and a big win for Knox County tonight. Keokuk at the half was leading over West Burlington Notre Dame. 14-0. We'll update you with a final later on the website. Burlington too much for Fort Madison in the Battle of the Hounds tonight, 49-24, and no score yet on Central Lee Danville. We'll try to update you there as well. Non-football scores tonight, kind of a mixed bag of treats early on at the beautiful Troy tournament rescheduled. Bowling Green a winner over Zumwalt South to advance to the 6 o'clock game. Palmyra upset by Howe Central 9-8, and Highland got a big win in that early game as well. Also, Canton a winner over Marion County in non-tournament action, 13-1 your final. Soccer, Quincy High School. Riley Roth with the golden goal in a game that was called off with about 12 minutes left due to the weather. Quincy High wins that one 2-1. Macomb at the Hannibal tournament fell by a good Maplewood squad 2-0. Macomb into the consolation semifinals. Hannibal, though, a big-time winner. They will take on, after the win, they will take on Maplewood after beating Saxony Lutheran. Jack Bauman with a goal and 2 assists in that one. Quincy University women, wow. Actually, that's Quincy University men beating Findlay 4-0. Quincy University women, we don't have that score, unfortunately, punched in for you. We'll get you that on the web. Hannibal LaGrange in volleyball, no match tonight for Culver Stockton, a winner, 3-0. Coming up tomorrow night, the most great and terrible overtime of all time. All of those delayed games for you today coming up your way tomorrow. We've also got Western Illinois in action at Camp Randall, the debut of Illinois College Under the Lights, the debut of Next Level Field at Culver Stockton, volleyball,